Hello, my friends. Still good time to say Happy New Year because we're fresh. We are very fresh into the new year, 2014, which totally remains unknown. We are now caught in a moment in between 2013 and 2014. 13 has passed, lots of things to recall. 14 is unknown. We know, well, something to be good, something to be better, if you're not better, right? Anyway, so welcome to the show. Jack Chow is your host, doing one of the New Year shows with you. And joining me is my good friend, Mr. Ken Hemming. He is a trustworthy friend. He is my, as a matter of fact, when we go with a word, I'll find a definition for that. So he is my whatever, and I'll give you the definition among the words we discussed. No. Yes, 2013 has passed already. We put that behind, but the juicy part of the year still remains, right? The other day, for the last show of 2013, me and my friend, Mr. Peter Choi, we were talking about the major events of 2013 as a wrap-up. So to start with this year, with you, I'll do it with a very good start. Very relaxing start by picking up the words that has been, new words, newly created words during the year of 2013 that had been picked by Oxford Dictionary.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big thing, right? So joining me, Ken Hemming, and we're having fun. We're bound to have fun today. So relax and enjoy, right? So now, I have the word listed here. You have a copy, right?
Yes.
And we both went over about it, right?
Right.
Okay, sure. So shall we start from the top or from the bottom?
Well, let's do what you suggested. Start from the bottom, and let me please say Happy New Year to you, your viewers, and we all have hope reborn in our soul, and our joy is to make this year even greater than last year, which was rather nice.
All right, good. And that probably has to be in a commitment that we are so determined that 2014, at least on this position, doing this job, I'll bring you more good shows, much better shows, and I'll still do the good part, continue doing good part that we did in the past year, and we'll create something more for you to make your time worthwhile. Right?
Absolutely.
All right, good. So, shall we start with okay, now, what happened is that we pick up 10 of the words that had been picked up by Oxford Dictionary for the year of 2013 versus the new technology and the digital time, all right? Okay, now, we're starting from the very bottom, all right? The word 10, number 10. In 10th position is a word called Abenomics.
Right.
Correct. So, what's your comment? What's your explanation, or anyway, about this word?
When I first saw the word, I wasn't sure what it meant. Okay, obviously something to do with economics, and then ABE is the name that's well known on planet Earth as the Prime Minister of Japan, and so Abenomics is a descriptive title of the fiscal policies that Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan, is proposing, and some are rather radical and new. And basically they involve the areas of monetary easing, fiscal stimulus, and structural reform. And the Japanese stock exchange was up 55% this year, somewhat related to weakening of the yen. But there's a controversy over there about whether his economic policies might implode or explode or whatever. So there's a lot of disagreement, but he has been coined as creating his own unique fiscal policies.
But do you think right now, of course, we're thinking about our economic policy, right?
That's
so
right.
do you think there's something referential to us? to a U.S.
Yes,
economy.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure our experts, make all the right decisions economically on our stimulus and whatever. But you want to watch what's happening on every piece of earth, around the planet. And when you understand their policies and then see the results, hopefully you learn from it. So there are some reference points for that.
Compared to the part that he also emphasizes on the stimulus, right?
Yes.
Stimulus. And I believe that we recall year of 2008, Obama did a big one. And the second one was a year and a half after, something like that, that did something good to the economy, and the government gets the money back. So
it's a real question, whether in the long term it's good for the economy or not. When we're printing money pretty aggressively, 85 billion a month, and sticking it into the economy to keep money churning, it does have an impact of money moving, and money must move to have a strong economy. But it wasn't based on jobs in production, gross national product or anything.
But my real question was that did we copy from him or he copied from us?
Oh, I think in this case, I think we did, because I think we've been doing that longer than he's been in office.
Of course, yeah.
So,
and then why we give the name to him? So that's my second question.
Well, the media has to have fun, so the Japanese media and ourselves too. So Abenomics is sort of a sexy, cool word.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, how deep it is, in meaning, but...
But what does the conflict be on the point about getting a bigger or smaller government as far as the Abenomic world is concerned?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm not an expert on the Japanese government. I don't think as say for government employees per capita compared to the whole country, I think our government is much more larger in terms of people working for it and impact on the daily lives. I think we have more government, either call it support or intervention, as you choose. But I think the Japanese government is not quite as prominent as
I know something is going on in Japan with the economy, but I never thought it would be so big that has created a word that's been adopted by Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
So that is something really beyond my expectation.
I think that's a great point, because whether it's sort of colloquial, and I don't think every colloquialism is in a dictionary. It's sort of just colloquial.
Oh yeah, of course. There are many, and of course, by the way, during the past year, Oxford Dictionary has picked up lots of Chinese words. Yes, such as Tuhao. Tuhao.
Okay.
About people getting rich, not knowing what to do.
Okay.
All right.
Let's join them.
Yeah.
Let's join them.
Let's join.
I'd like to join you guys.
Let's tell them what to do.
Yeah, let's tell them what to do.
Let's tell them what to do, right?
Okay. Good suggestion.
Yeah, like that. And there are many. So we got no time to lose anyway. We got to move on,
I like
right?
that, though.
So next one is showcasing. No,
showrooming.
Showrooming.
Right.
Showrooming.
This is something that's happening big time, and it has big time impact on our stores. Because what people do now is, and young people maybe even more than others, but they go into the showrooms and they look for what they want to buy, and they see the prices, they make their decision, then they run home to their computer and shop online, where normally or often you can get a little better price. And then that's extremely frustrating and sort of dysfunctional to the people in the showrooms and disheartening. And so that's so they showroom. I think it's a great word for describing what they're doing. Because to me it's pretty hard to buy something. I buy some things online, but to buy something if you can't touch it. So they can run out and touch it and feel it and sit on it if it's appropriate. And then I don't know, myself, if I'm there, I would just order it. I mean, that's what I do. And to run home and then go through all the effort of online shopping, it may have some fiscal benefit to you.
Yeah,
but it's also then much more, a little more complicated than buying and taking it home.
To me, I'm just going to, let's share with my audiences. So when these online shopping starts, and by the way, which is the part I do very little.
Yeah, me too.
All my life, maybe ever since is workable, is tangible. I've done maybe twice or something like that. The part that worries me is that I'm buying something that I don't even know.
Absolutely.
I haven't even touched.
Absolutely. That's
right?
the whole point. Yeah, I
And
agree.
plus with the fact that you see a false advertising, or
true.
false interpretation,
Right.
or false
Yeah, false
explanation,
representation, right.
stuff like
Exactly.
that, right?
Right.
When you see something this
Yeah.
big,
Right.
it
Right.
might be.
Oh, I know.
Might be like that.
That's
right?
happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just such as in the menu in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see a big,
Beautiful
huge plate
pictures.
of a picture of beautiful shrimps.
Yeah.
And it'll come
Comes
out
back
just
like a piece of
this,
sashimi.
right? Yeah.
You know?
Right. So
Yeah.
for that, I believe, as a word, I like the creation.
Mm-hmm.
As a phenomenon, I like the fact it just fills in the blank. The blank meaning the part, like my worry.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Now that you have a showroom
Right.
to go see it, to actually touch it, make it tangible, then you come back home, compare that to your computer image,
Right.
and decide to buy it.
But you know, you've already spent the gas money to drive there. You've already invested the time, and it's really not much more than maybe a 10% savings, perhaps. And so, but everyone makes their own choices in shopping. That's why it's a free country. But it's so there's a whole movement trying to make the showrooms more attractive and convincing to complete the transaction there. So people are putting a lot of creative effort into having a more convincing showroom and commentary by salespeople to close the deal.
Exactly. And also, if you look at it from a strategic point of view, if you are a business owner, you put the showroom just for the purpose of showcasing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You're not expecting a lot of sales at a showroom. Maybe very little, maybe I don't know. But
depends.
but majority is kind of like behind that, after that, when you go home. Right?
Yeah, you know, like
The online sales.
large showrooms that have got inventories in their adjoining warehouse or something. Then you drive your car over and they put it in your car and you take it home. Not that many things go off the floor in a showroom, but you can still take them home more often than not.
Good. And nowadays, you know, the challenge is that with all the new technology, you really cannot tell where everything is heading.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So
how long a shelf life it'll
Yeah,
have?
yeah, yeah,
Because
something like
these
that.
things are almost built to be obsolete.
even the showrooming thing.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. We're not sure how long this shall last. Maybe be replaced with something very soon. Something else.
And there are experts that make a fine living just preparing showrooms for people to function in.
All right,
It's
good.
great marketing people. I love salespeople. I love marketing.
And I love playing around with the new words.
I do. That's a good word.
Yeah, good word. All right, let's take a short moment out. When we come back, we have more for you. We're only to the bottom two. So let's see what the eighth. So stay with us. We'll be right back.